Chapter 1, May 19th, 2022. For me, it started on May 19th, 2022, our 15th dating anniversary. Even though we had been married for years, celebrating our dating anniversary was a big deal. It was time for us to celebrate the day that started it all. Typically, we would not do anything big, but we would take time to spend alone together. This year, due to kids and schedules, we only had around an hour in the morning to go to a local coffee shop, but just taking that hour together was meaningful. Being the spring of 2022, my husband and I were coming out of COVID at different rates. For me, 2022 marked the beginning of being back in person. Our kids were vaccinated, as well as every person in our close lives we felt was vulnerable. For my husband, he wasn't jumping back into seeing other people weekly or daily yet. His decision was not so much because he didn't feel ready, but because his job and current activities didn't present the same opportunities. After 2 years of living and working together in the same house, I was so excited to have things going on in my day that I could talk to him about, where he didn't know about it already because he was in the room when it happened. As a result, I shared pretty much everything about my events outside the house with him. The morning of May 19th, 2022 was no different regarding what I would typically share with my husband. Little did I know that what I was about to share would start the cracks that would shatter my world. There was one difference about that morning. I was struggling. I had such horrible eye strain that everything felt like a chore. It was something I had never experienced before, but I was trying my best to push through. A part of me wondered if it was due to drinking the night before. I had no other signs of a hangover, nor had I drunk that much in comparison to how long I was out. But no matter the cause, it took a lot of effort to get my eyes to focus that morning. As a result, I was very aware of every word I was saying and what I was sharing because keeping a conversation going took so much effort. My energy was being sucked into my eyesight. But still I talked and shared because filling my husband in on the events that occurred outside the house brought me joy. The conversation continued and led us to a particular event. One that, to me, was a mix of being no big deal, it was just something that happened, and something I couldn't believe happened. You see, the night before, I asked a male acquaintance, someone that I trusted fully, to give me a ride home. We were both in an event, and I didn't have my car. The reason I didn't have my car was due to the fact that I have very strict rules about drinking and driving. 1 drink is my limit. 2, if I'll be out over a certain period of time. Knowing that I might be put in a situation where I would want to stay out and have 1 more drink, but stopping myself because I would have to drive home, my husband dropped me off. I never asked him to. He told me that it was what he was going to do when I was telling him about the event that I was excited to attend that day. He told me that I work hard and deserved to stay out for that additional drink if I wanted to. He added that by dropping me off, I could now decide whether I wanted to stay out or come home early based on what I wanted without feeling forced into a choice because I needed to drive. Instead of getting a rideshare, I asked someone for a ride home. This person lived near me and had similar views on drinking and driving. To me, getting in a car with this man was safer than getting into a car with a complete stranger who was a rideshare driver. I was wrong. Our conversation took an abrupt change when he hit on me. No, not just hit on me. He said that he was open to having an affair if I was. I quickly and politely declined his offer, reminding him that I was happily married. To say the least, the rest of our ride home to my house was a little awkward. The next morning, I had mixed feelings about it. On one side, I couldn't believe that it happened. What made this guy think it was okay to ask me that? A line was crossed. At the same time, I felt like it was no big deal. I always have guys hitting on me or checking me out. I often don't even notice the flirtatious comments or looks, and it's my husband who points them out to me. Is he typically jealous? No. He actually takes it as a badge of honor that other guys want me, but he has me. He often says, why wouldn't he be attracted to you? Because to him, I am the best, most attractive female that has ever walked this world. In my opinion, every husband should think that of their wife. Due to all this, I didn't think it was any big deal to tell my husband that I had been hit on the night before. We have a transparent relationship, and I wasn't about to hide something so big. Plus, I was still in shock that it happened and wanted to share it with my person. Boy, was I wrong. Sharing turned out to be a big deal. His response was, "So this is your way of telling me you're having an affair?" In his mind, telling him that morning that I was hit on and turned down the other guy was my way of telling him that I was having an affair. In his mind, I went on and on and on about this guy before mentioning that he propositioned to me. In reality, due to the effort it took to focus, I said the bare minimum about the situation. But that was the start of it all. Telling my husband that a guy hit on me resulted in me being accused of having an affair that I had never had or had ever crossed my mind. I didn't know how to address what he was saying because it was so far from reality. I didn't know how he had gotten there from what I said. Over and over again, I heard how I was to blame for this guy hitting on me. When I told him that I couldn't control someone else's behavior, he told me that this guy would have never hit on me if I were not one-on-one with him. But let's not overlook the fact that as a small business owner, I have a lot of one-on-one, in-person conversations with people. Many of these conversations are with men. I have male friends that I will meet for coffee or lunch, just like my female friends. I will drive my male friends home and be alone in the car with them or stay at their houses when traveling by myself. He never had a problem with any of these scenarios and even encouraged them. But as soon as one of these guys hits on me, it's my fault for being alone with him. I didn't understand what I had done wrong or why he was reacting this way. It was beyond crushing to have my husband accuse me of something so significant when there was zero truth in what he was saying. But with retelling the events from the night before and his reaction, the life I cherished came crashing down all around me.